Right now, the stock market is rallying around the news that former President Trump will be named the 47th president of the United States. The Dow actually hit a new record high early in trading this morning.
Let's get to it. I'm going to make a stop real quick. Welcome back to another great episode of the Millionaire Mindsets Podcast. I am your host. This is called Emergency Meeting. For all my listeners, watchers, viewers, people that rock with me, we got to go over some important stuff. As y'all know, Donald Trump has been elected the 47th president of the United States. And I want to go into what that's going to mean, what that could mean for your pocketbooks, what that's going to mean for the economy. And no matter which side of the stick you on, if you was happy or excited, there's going to be a lot of changes that's come economically. It's going to be, at the end of the day, we got to take advantage of it. You know, this is business. This is not personal. Always remember that when it comes to politics, it's never personal. It's always business. And if you got your mind right, you optimistic, you can definitely take advantage of these times. But let me get back to this video really quickly.
Morning. Concerns over inflation were top of mind this election cycle for voters. 22% of voters polled by CBS News called it a severe hardship, while you can see here 53% called it a moderate hardship.
CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady is in Washington for us. Kelly, it was a much different economic landscape last time with Trump as president. There was a global pandemic that was weighing on economic growth. People were sheltering at home. Businesses were closing their doors. Is there more promise for the U.S. economy this time around?
You know, Lana, I think there definitely is. And you also have to think about pre-pandemic where the economy was. We were humming along under former President Trump. And I think voters remembered that. And a lot of the folks that voted for him said, well, you know what, I want to go back to that. I want to go back to what my pocketbook felt like then. In terms of...
Absolutely. I'm going to make a stop. Absolutely. I told people in the previous video, because there's a lot of things going on right now, a lot of speculation on why this happened, how this happened. At the end of the day, like I keep telling people, this boiled down to the economy. People remember how their life was 2017 to 2021. And they said they're going with that. They want their money. They want their money to get back up. But we got to talk about it. We got to get into it. Like I said, this is an emergency meeting because there's so much taking place. Every election, I started doing this in 2020, every election. Well, this is only the second time, but what I do is I meet with my family, whoever was elected, and we have a family meeting over there. We talking about what's going on because based on whoever was elected as president, it can change some things. That's going to dictate how a lot of things go policy-wise, with the economy, all those things. So we have a meeting and we figure out, okay, this was going on. This is what this president-elect represents. This is the policies they want to push forward. So this is how we're going to move foundationally over the next 4 years. And I advise everybody to do that, especially right now, because with Trump being elected, like I said, whether you like him or you hate him, the economy is about to make a turn. If y'all don't know I'm not gonna say y'all don't know, y'all already know. For most people, the past 3.5, 4 years has been very hard economically. People have been losing jobs. I can't tell y'all how many entrepreneurs I've spoken to over the last year. I've spoken at minimum 25 entrepreneurs that became rich before the pandemic and that went through economic hardship or end up falling on their ass and becoming broke. And that doesn't to blame the president because you do have to take responsibility yourself. But at the end of the day, depending on what's going on in the country, depending on what's going on in the economy, that can dictate what's going on with you financially, especially if you're a business owner. Because if you're a business owner, you're obviously dependent on your customers. And if your customers don't have as much income as they did or disposable income that they once had, that's going to affect you directly. So with that being said, we all know Trump is about business. He is about money. He is about the economy, and he has a lot of plans and things that that's going to help boost people. And I'm gonna get into the first one. And I talked about this on a previous episode. One of the main things we could talk about is taxes. So if you were a maid, if you work in a restaurant, if you any kind of server that get tips, if you work at a factory, or if you work in any career field where you can work overtime, now is the time to lock in. And the reason is, number one, Trump, he is doing no taxes on tips. So this is the time for people to lock in, go all in on work, F the BS, get your money, because this is going to be that transitional phase for you to get back on a upswing with your finances. What many people don't know is, from 2020 to 2021, I believe there were 5 million new millionaires in America. I think it was like one of the highest upswings in American history. There were so many millionaires being created because the economy was booming. But so many people, they missed out on the opportunity because they wasn't paying attention. They was wasting time BSing, spending money on other things, or they just had no idea what was going on. And so many people, they also took it for granted, because most of us, especially if you was other than 30, when the economy is booming like that, you really don't see the value. You think that's going to last forever. You think the economy is always going to be that way. What many people don't know is 2017 to 2021 was one of the greatest economic upturns in American history. There was from the housing boom. If you was a homeowner, you ate previously. You still eat now because it's still going up, but you super ate doing. If you was in the stock market investor, you ate then. Trump, he has been listed. This by Warden's Jeremy Siegel. He said Trump is the most pro stock market president in the history of America. So now's the time for y'all to be investing y'all money, because he's gonna be pro stocks. He's gonna be pro not taking your capital gains. So you need to be man. This is the time. I can't. The reason I'm so focused on this conversation, because I understand what times we are in right now in America. We at a time right now where if you're not on your A game and you're not on your job and you don't take advantage of the opportunities that come before you, there's a huge likelihood that you will miss. This web gap is going to widen, and if you're not on your A game, there is going to be very hard. Very hard. Please don't take lightly what I'm saying. If you don't take advantage now, moving forward, because the wealth gap is just widening, the cost of living is widening, the entry point to become a homeowner, it is widening, and it's widening very fast. So if you don't take advantage of the things that's taking place now, the things that are going to take place, you could miss out on the opportunity and never have the opportunity again to accumulate wealth in a typical manner, I should say. Because at the end of the day, it's only 4 years. You can only be, well, Trump at least, he can only be president this next term for 4 years. And that 4 years is going to go by it's going to go by so quickly, just like the last 4 years went by so quickly. And this is why I label this as an emergency meeting, because I want people to plan and strategize now. Like I said, some people are mad, they upset, they're in their feelings about Trump winning, and that's cool. But the moment you calm down, you know what I'm saying, you get your bearings, I want everybody to be logical about this. Because like I said, this isn't personal. America is a business. This is business. At the end of the day, we all got bills to pay. We got families to feed, to look after. We got to look after ourselves. You know, bills don't stop. That's one thing in the world that'll never stop. Your business income may fluctuate, go up and down. You may lose a job. You may be out of a job for months, but with them bills that you got coming, it ain't never gonna stop. The phone bill, the car note, the car insurance, the mortgage, the rent, the clothes on your back, those things never going away. So you always have to be enterprise minded. And with this election that just took place, now we're gonna have a president in the office that is all about the economy. He's, like I said, between 2020 and 2021, we have 5 million first-time millionaires in America. And I'm making this video so when we have 2025 through 2029, I want there to be another statistic when they're saying there's another 5 million first-time millionaires in America. And I want a bunch of y'all that's listening and watching this to be on that list, because the money, like I said, the plans he had in place is built for business owners. I said this in my previous post when I broke down Kamala and Trump's tax plan. I said Kamala's plan is for first generation people. It's largely targeted towards immigrants, people that make low wages and stuff like that. But I said Trump, his whole plan is dictated to investors, is dictated towards homeowners, business owners. And if you are in those positions, now it's time to eat. But most importantly, now it's time to grind. I want everybody to buckle down, because it's going to get real. And I'm going to say it again. If you work at a job where you can get overtime, if you work at a job where you get tips, understand that when these proposals get passed, there's going to be no tax on that. So if you could do whatever you need to do to work, whatever you need to do to get that work and work extra, take them hours, man. If you own a home, especially shout out to my homeowners. If you own a home, do whatever you can do to maintain and keep that home. Because in 2020, the average home price was in America was $240,000. In 2024, the average home price today is around $420,000, which means more than likely, especially if we have an economic surge over the next 4 years, the home price is going to be around $600,000+ most likely, and that's on average. And we also got to talk about interest rates for a second. And this is why it's going to be important for homeowners to maintain your home. If you're not a homeowner, make sure I've been talking about this for months now. If you're not a homeowner, do whatever you can do to get into that entry point and own your home, because the market is not going to slow down. And now with somebody like Trump in office, more than likely interest rates are going to drop, which means there's going to be more buyers on the market. And when there's a lot more buyers on the market, what happens after that? Appreciation for people, equity for people. So if you in the right place, if you've been saving money, you've been working, now is your opportunity to become a homeowner. And not only that, and Trump, one of his plans, y'all know I've been reading and going through this extensively, is he's big on immigration and deportation. And I seen the Zillow CEO, he talked about how basically when Trump deports many illegal immigrants, that will make the demand for housing go down. And when the demand for housing goes down, or it's more affordable, I should say, it'll be more affordable for people to get into the game because there will be less competition now. So which means that so many people, Gen Z, millennials, now is going to be a lot of you guys opportunity to get on that home ownership side. And as you already know, like I said, that market is not going to go down. It's going to continue. It's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to elevate because there's always people coming to America, whether that's legally or illegally. And these people need homes. They have families and such like that. So please, I'm advising y'all, get whatever you need to do, man. Work overtime, stack your tips, have your side hustle, work your business, whatever it is. Get on the home ownership side. I don't care if it's as an investor or it's your primary residence, but you have to get in the game. You have to get into the stock market. Stock market, if y'all don't know, the stock market, when after it was announced that Trump was elected, the stock market had its best day in 2 years. In 2 years, the NASDAQ hit all-time high. Bitcoin hit all-time high. As of right now, as I'm making this video right now, if I'm not mistaken, Bitcoin is around let me check, because I don't even want to give y'all the wrong number. I'm going to give y'all the actual numbers. Bitcoin is $88,000 right now. All-time highs. That doesn't mean go out there and buy these things. I don't want y'all to have FOMO and go out here and spend all y'all coins. Y'all need to invest properly. Make sure y'all invest in when it's dips. Bitcoin is going crazy right now, but it's going to continue over these next 4 years. It's more than likely not going to be a slow exhale because, as we know, Trump is a pro stock market president. He's a pro crypto president. So these things are only going to appreciate and grow in value. And I just want to emphasize, because like I said, I can hash it. I'm hashing on this so much because I don't want nobody to miss a beat. Y'all know how I am. Whatever information I got, whatever I know, I'm coming to tell my listeners because I want to see everybody elevate. And when 2028 come and 2029 come, and it's going to come fast, it's going to come like a blur. We're going to be like, damn. I want people to look up and be like, yo, I don't care how I felt about the president, whether I liked him, whether I hate him. I know that my finances is doing a lot better than what it was. I know I'm in a place where I'm close to financially being independent, or I am financially independent now. I don't want anybody to get lost behind. I don't want anybody to get left in the sauce. And I know there's a lot of people that's going to hear what I'm saying, and they're not going to take any action on it. I hope everybody listening take action on it. I know a lot of y'all, this is Millionaire Mindset, so I know a lot of y'all already taking action on it. But at the end of the day, I want y'all to double down now. Now is the time to double down. Now is not the time to kick your feet back up. Now is not the time to rest on your laurels and say, I'm good. No, now is the time, whatever you're doing, whatever is working. If you're a business owner, you're probably about to start making more money now. If you haven't been making a lot of money the past 2 years, your income didn't drop, you probably going to start making more soon. because the economy is going to start flowing again. It's going to be more people in people's hands. It's going to be more money in business. It's going to be more money for government. So more money is going to be flowing, which is going to affect you as a business owner, which means it's going to be more money flowing into your pocket. So don't sit back, don't rest, take advantage. They're proposing the 100% deductible on interest for car loans. Car loan interest 100% deductible for U.S. made cars. So that means if you buy a car in the U.S., you have a loan that could be 100% write off. Y'all understand this stuff, man. This is real. This ain't the game for, like I said, for U.S. cars. So that might be an opportunity for y'all to get out here and get y'all some Fords. get you your Ford. Get your, if you're an F-150 lover or GNC or GMC. Excuse me, I said GNC. Chevy. All those things. If you into that, now might be the time, because now you'll be able to 100% write off that auto loan, up to 100% that auto loan interest. This is rare. These are things that's never been seen before. If you live in another country, now you can live in it, especially if you live in another country and you make over 125,000. Now is the opportunity you have to live in another country while being a U.S. citizen without being double taxed, without having to pay those American taxes still. That's something that's in the proposal plan. So there are so many things that's happening, that's taking place economically, that people have to take advantage of. I could keep saying this because I know what's going to happen. It's going to be 4 years from now. At the end of the day, like I said, politics is a business, and we don't know after this who's going to be the next in line. We don't know if it's going to be a economy friendly president. It could be somebody that's just terrible at business, and we have a terrible financially stricken country. The next presidents, the next two presidents, the next three presidents, you never really know. This is why I'm telling people to plan now. The best time to plan for bad times is during the good times. And I'm not saying these next 4 years is going to be perfect or the most amazing, but I do know when you got somebody that favors the economy as a president, you have to take advantage of all the incentives and all the things that's going to be taking place nationwide. Lock in, do not play, have that meeting with yourself. If you single and you live by yourself, if you got a girl, if you got a dude, have that meeting with them ASAP to say, look, what's the plan for these next 4 years? What we doing? Is we gonna be doing more work, less play? Is we gonna do more play, less work? What we doing? What's the strategy? What we doing? Is we investing into stocks more? Is we gonna invest into crypto more? Is we gonna do real estate more? What's the plan? Let's make something shape. Have that meeting with y'all. Have that meeting amongst yourselves. Take advantage of all these things that's gonna be set into play soon, from taxes to housing, to everything that's going on, man. Like I said, I could go. My mind is going so fast right now because I know what's on the verge of coming. If y'all in the stock market right now, y'all know it's surge. Everybody's portfolios is going crazy. If you own Bitcoin, y'all know, y'all listen to my Man of Mindsets. I've been in Bitcoin since 2017. I've been telling people since then to buy Bitcoin and wait. I've been telling everybody that since then. People thought I was crazy. I got into Bitcoin. When I first bought Bitcoin, it was $3,800. I told people at 5,000, buy Bitcoin. At 10,000, people was asking me, is it too late? I said, buy Bitcoin. At 15,000, I told people, buy Bitcoin. At 25,000, I still told people, buy Bitcoin. It hit 40,000. People like, man, it's too late now. I'm like, no, this is the beginning. Buy Bitcoin. 50, 60, 70. Now we at 80. People still asking, hey, is it over? No. In my opinion, this ain't financial advice. This is just, I'm not a financial advisor, so I gotta say that first and foremost. So just take what I say. Don't take that as law. This is my opinion. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm doing. I'm buying Bitcoin. This is something that I believe in. Like I said, I was willing for it to go to zero. I believe Bitcoin has a very, very future, and I believe it's still early in the game. Most people are not owners yet. Most people don't even fully understand it yet. I think Bitcoin will easily, I said this 4 years ago. I said Bitcoin, in my opinion, by 2030, 2020, 2035, one Bitcoin will be worth a property in a major city in America. So take that for what it's worth. I could be dead wrong, but if I'm dead wrong about this, I'll stand on it. But this is just my belief, something that I believe in. So if you're an investor, you're thinking about getting, like I said, crypto, stocks, real estate, all those things, buckle down. Now ain't time to play. It ain't time to be kicking it. And like I said, I don't care if you upset that he won, because I know a lot of people are upset and frustrated. But at the end of the day, it's business. And if you happy he won, this ain't the time to be like, oh no, it's up. I won. No, this is just the beginning. Take advantage now, because we don't know what can happen afterwards. We don't know what can happen during. But what I do know is the economy is the stock market, the S&P 500, NASDAQ, all that stuff is going pretty favorably right now. So take advantage, y'all. Have that emergency meeting. Do what's best for your family. Don't waste no time. It's going to be a beautiful time if everything goes as planned. It's going to be a beautiful time for investors. People are going to be very happy. People appreciation is going to skyrocket. Like I told you on a previous episode, I know somebody that bought their house in 2019 and they just sold it earlier this year, and they almost made $400,000 on their exit. So let's go to show the market. This is America, man. People better get with it to get lost. That's all I can say. But I know a lot of people probably not going to take the advice, but I'm telling y'all, it's time to go up. It's time to turn up. Even if you're a low-wage worker, if you're a low-wage earner. So a lot of people get it twisted. They think that only people with money or people that's already rich is going to benefit from this. But it's important to remember, last time that Trump was in office, low-wage workers even earn a lot more money. I talked about this on Twitter. I said, because there are studies on this that I researched and read. It says low-wage workers earn 10% less during the Biden-Harris administration in comparison to the Trump administration. And that's without taking into account the recent inflation of 20 to 30%, which means the average family was earning less money while paying around $13,000 more than they were paying 4 years ago for the exact same products. Imagine paying $13,000 more for the same exact stuff 4 years later. That's insane, right? And this was the first time a Republican won a majority vote for people who make less than $50,000 annual. The first time in American history that people that made $50K or less annually voted for a Republican. Because as we know, typically the Democrats are supposed to be for the working class. They're supposed to be for the people that make less money. And generally speaking, people that make less money, they vote Democrat, because like I said, Democrats look out for working class, or supposed to. But now we're in a new age, we're in a new era where that necessarily may not be the case. And many people are remembering people that's low wage earners, they have more money for 2017 to 2021. And they remembered that, which is why they voted a certain way. So this is going to be a very interesting time for people on all levels of the tax bracket, whether you low income or you in the top 1%. This is going to be a time where money is going to be flowing. And it's like I said, this time is going to go by quickly. It's going to happen quickly. So it's best to be on your P's and Q's, me or your A game, so you don't mix out on this next wave. I want 2029, y'all to be saying I'm doing a lot better now than I was 45 years ago. And that's all I got for this episode, man. I appreciate y'all feedback. You know I love y'all. I love y'all support for rocking with me over the years. And this is a great time. I want people to be excited, but most importantly, I want people to be focused, and I want people to be paranoid. Paranoia is the right word. Paranoia is what keeps you alive. Paranoia is what keeps you stable. Paranoia is what keeps you going and hard working, because you always have a mentality that is never too good. So be excited, but be paranoid. Stay alert. To be alert is to be alive. Take advantage of this time. Work like you on a time crunch. Work like you on a deadline, because you never know, you might be. It's time to get in that wealth game. It's time to increase your funds, increase your capital. And I want to see everybody rich and up. But I only can say that so many times. That's all I got on this episode, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. See you guys next episode. Peace.